Hi, this is Rod Fishkin with Keller Williams Realty in Fort Collins. With interest rates quite a bit higher than they were a couple years ago, a lot of people are really second guessing whether they can afford a home, whether they can buy, whether they can sell and then move and then buy a different house with a higher interest rate than what they're working with right now. And when we're talking about if you had a mortgage in the 3% and now you're looking at 6, maybe even close to 7, I understand that can be challenging and make you second guess your thoughts about moving or buying a home. But what I wanted to share with you today are 6 ways to reduce your monthly mortgage payment that could help you move forward. So our first one, number one, is a basic good rule of thumb is start talking with a recommended lender early in the process. It may take you a little longer than you expect to get your finances looking their best. We're talking like paying down debt or improving your credit score, specific things a qualified mortgage lender can give you advice on. So let's talk a little bit more about what those things might be. So getting your credit score as high as possible. Generally speaking, if you have a credit score above 780, you'll qualify for a better, lower mortgage interest rate. Also, if you can reduce your debt relative to your income, also known as the debt to income ratio or DTI, if you can get that ratio as low as possible, you'll probably qualify for a better interest rate on your mortgage loan, and you won't have something called PMI or private mortgage insurance fees, which is a monthly fee that gets tacked onto your mortgage if your debt is relatively high compared to your income. If you want more information or you're just not sure what I'm talking about with DTI, I don't want to get too much into acronyms, but if if I'm talking, it sounds like I'm talking Latin, then just give me a call. I'm happy to explain all this and give it to you in kind of broken down so it's easy to understand. So number three is has to do with debt. So ideally, you want to pay off old debts and any loans you might have co-signed for. So if you helped your nephew Timmy buy a car and you're still on that loan, even though he's making the payments, maybe you co-signed, that shows up on your credit report and counts as debt against you. So you want to get those paid off. Also, most people have credit cards, and some people have a high balance on those cards. It can hurt your credit score if your balance on your credit cards is 30% or higher than your maximum balance or credit limit. So pay down your credit cards to below 30% of your maximum balance or credit limit. Number 4, 5, and 6 are kind of all clumped together. There are a few first-time home buyer programs offered by some lenders that make it easier for you to afford your monthly payment. Keep in mind, though, your income determines your eligibility for these programs. So not everyone qualifies for each of these or maybe any of these. Some of these programs are called 100 AMI, and that can reduce your closing costs and interest rate. Another one's called Home Ready, where you have a relatively low down payment of maybe just 3 to 5%. And this can also reduce your monthly mortgage insurance fees, going back to that PMI I mentioned earlier. There's also a program called Home Possible, which you can have a down payment of 3, 5, or 10%. So these are things you definitely want to ask your lender about. So a little disclaimer here. I am a real estate agent with over 12 years experience, and my wife and I are a small team. We've helped over 400 clients during that time. What I am not a mortgage lender or credit repair expert. So this information may not apply to your exact situation, but what I can do is connect you with a great lender who can explain all of this and counsel you to your specific situation and go through different scenarios and help you figure out what's going to be best for you. So if you have any questions, like always, you can call, text, or email me. Hope to hear from you soon. Thanks.